So normally when there's a sequel coming out or a very acclaimed thing, you kind of check out the first movie or the first game or the first season or the first book. You're not going to do what I just did, and that is read the sequel first. And that's what I did with DCeased Dead Planet, which is a sequel to last year's DCeased, which is essentially just DC zombies. You know, and here's the thing. I know what happened in, like, here's the thing. I haven't read it, so I'll probably miss some bits. But but I know the key points. It's about the DC universe becomes zombies, a good fuckload of the roster. Think of a DC character, dead kind of situation. Even the big three are dead, and the kids of the DC characters and the remaining roster had two choices: find a cure, and or get the fuck off the planet. And they couldn't find a cure, so they got off the planet and took the mantles of their fallen comrades, like Damian Wayne taking the mantle of his father, Batman, Bruce Wayne, of course, and Jonathan Kent taking the mantle of Superman. And I will say this is a good jumping off point. It's like the writer, Tom Taylor, who's the writer of this 7-part story. It's weird. He kind of makes it really easy to just dive in. He kind of like gives you the dot point version of what happened in the last book. It's simply Cyborg create the anti-life equation, made everyone turn to zombies. Now the remaining heroes are on Earth too, and that's essentially what it is. And Cyborg's dead. You know, Wonder Woman chop his head off. You know, which I had to ask it. Who's the Wonder Woman? Because I know that Jonathan's Superman, Damian's Batman, Black Canary is Green Lantern, which is fucking awesome, by the way. I'm like, yeah, make Black Canary Green Lantern. That's badass. Oliver Queen, Green Arrow's is in it. But I was like, who's this? Who's Wonder Woman? Please comment below. Give me, because I probably like, because it's clearly not Diana. Because Diana at the end, spoiler alert, becomes a zombie. So, or is a zombie. So that was kind of interesting, which has a really good emotional punch. That even I, seeing these versions of these characters, I'm like, holy crap! I'm already invested. I'm like fully invested. I haven't read the first book. I'm already invested, and that's like really good at writing it. And essentially, this is all set up. It's okay. Cyborg is sending a message to the Justice League, and they have no choice but to travel back to the dead planet, which is Earth 1, Earth Prime, our Earth, all zombified Earth. And it is essentially just them on the Earth, and then shit happens. And you realize that this is all, like, this issue is all about counter moments. And this story is about, yes, there's zombies, but it's all about those counter moments. Like, the scene between Ollie and like Green Arrow and Black Canary, or Green Canary, you may say, is so well good. The banter of this, and I hear Tom Taylor is like a massive Green Arrow fan, so it's that whole thing of like, yep, that sounds like it. Yeah, that it's just that banter is so well done and so like sharp, and it's like Ollie says sarcastic things, but he knows what the sarcastic things are. And, like, was it what he calls them, like he calls her like baby bird. That's why their little nickname type thing. But there's a short scene between Lois and Jonathan, and how Lois is calling him Superman, and he feels a bit icky with that because it's like I know I'm Wayne the S, but I'm not Superman. Superman was my dad. It's Clark, and he's in the sun. Like I'm not. It's just a little bit icky, and I have to say I really enjoy Damian Wayne Batman. He's kind of like a mixture. Like knowing is Damian and is the whole thing of like. You are seven. Well, he's a bit older in this one, but he's like a 17-year-old Bruce, which is equals a character you want to smack across the head. But what he is in this, he's basically like a mixture to. He's a mixture of his dad. He's a mixture of Bruce. But he's also a mixture of Dick Grayson. And kind of mushing them together. Like he's serious, he's dark and gritty, but there's also a little bit humor in there as well, which is kind of a good combination. I kind of like it. It's really neat. But it is. This is just like setting up the scene. Let's see how things grow. Let's see how Constantine gets into this story. I mean, on the cover, Swamp Thing's in it, and spoiler, like, he's not in it in this issue, and we'll see how that goes. So, in a nutshell, this man on the mission type story, as it seems to be, I'm on board. Sign me up.